Morning, everybody. Let us see if the mic works and everything works. Great to see so many of you here, both live as well over the stream. Now, people often say that we don't see ourselves getting old, and the only way how we see that we are getting older is through our kids, that they grow up. I tend to disagree. I mean, if you ever look at the mirror, you can see that. Lately I've been realizing that my sort of teenage idols from the music world, the rappers and the rock stars, have been starting to make slagers and easy listening music, and then you realize that you are old. But it's also when you come to places like this when you realize that you are old. Because the last time I was here, I thought it was just a couple of years ago. I just realized that it's roughly 25 years ago. This place used to be called Planet Hollywood. It was a short stint, maybe for a couple of years. I was here only once, and I still recall that night. I was here with my ex-girlfriend, my current wife, a good friend of mine, and his ex-girlfriend. They have divorced. And that was actually a memorable night. I had started working back in the day in a small corporate finance boutique. I've got my first paycheck, and I offered drinks to this group of four of us, and it was a blast. We enjoyed the evening, and now looking at this, actually, when we are talking about growth and development, what we should be focusing is not only the things that change, but the things that stay the same. And now, what has stayed the same in this building, even though it's no longer Planet Hollywood, is that we get together and we are here together and hopefully having a blast and enjoying the day together. So big, great thanks for everybody who have made it here and following us through the live stream. We know that we are living busy times. There's lots of things to do. And to invest this full day to be with us here is a token of appreciation, and we obviously want to make the best out of this. Now, you obviously seen the sort of our baby unicorn video. Some of you may have seen it before. It's a bit strange, but we love it. Now, people say that marketing is truth well told, right? So just like any other growth company, Staria has been coming up with a number of different sort of slogans and sort of mission statements and all that. And I think the sort of official latest one is that we want to be the most trusted navigator of growth. Now, lately we've been thinking, just being Finns, that maybe that's a bit too much to promise. Because actually it is our customers, the CFOs, that they are really the trusted navigators of growth for their companies. And actually what we are providing is a growth platform. And this event today hopefully represents just that. This is really sort of a growth platform where growth companies, growth-oriented individuals come together, share experiences, and collaborate, work together. At this point, I also want to thank all of the partners who have made this possible, all the speakers. Robin will go through the list in a minute, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But when we are talking about growth, what we are actually talking about, at least in my opinion, is the road to future, right? Now, I don't know who Charles E. Kettering is, but apparently he has said that I'm interested in the future because I expect to spend the rest of my life in the future. Well, that makes sense. To me, it sounds a bit selfish, to be honest. So like most of us sort of here, or not all everybody, but at least I am sort of a middle-aged, privileged white man, and it would be pretty selfish to only think about my own future. So actually, the latest studies show that if you're looking at the middle class in the Western societies, what we are mostly concerned and what we are mostly worried about is our kids' future, and that's how it should be. And the sort of my personal feeling is that I owe a brighter future for my kids and for the future generations. And actually, when we are talking about growth, in my opinion, that's exactly what we are talking about. Because we don't have a single future. We have futures, or many futures. Some of you have probably seen the sort of Oscar-winning movie, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. If you haven't, I strongly recommend that. It's a good show. It talks about multiversum, sort of different futures and different sort of paths we can take. And even though it might be a bit sci-fi, that's what it's really all about. Because future can take different shapes and forms. And I don't believe in faith, or I don't believe in sort of big revolutions. I believe in evolution, small everyday steps that if they are taken to the right direction, better future will follow. So I believe that growth and development is hidden in ordinary. It's hidden in everyday actions, like us coming together here. Now, apparently, Buzz Aldrin have said that you promised Mars colonies, instead I got Facebook. Yeah, that's probably true. But it is true that if we are looking at the sort of global market economy, capitalism in general, it's been in crisis. Let's face it. We've been growing too fast in multiple fronts. It hasn't been sustainable. But lately, the latest developments that we've seen, despite of the horrible events, first sort of COVID-19, then the war in Ukraine. But if we are looking at the bigger picture, things in terms of growth are getting much, much better. Because if we are really looking at the pockets of growth that number of you here represent, we are talking about much more sustainable growth than in the past. We are talking about green transition, electric mobility in different shapes and forms, artificial intelligence with all its use cases, quantum computing, circular economy finally is starting to become mainstream. We talk about solar power, wind power. So what we are seeing, what we are sort of doing right now when we are talking about growth, we are talking about better future. We are talking about development. But whereas we think that this is something completely new, no, the only thing constant is change and development. This is a picture of a very ancient sort of it's not a pirate ship, but it's a sort of warship anyways. And we talk about unicorns like it's a new thing, but this is from the 15th or 1600s. And already back then, the unicorns were sailing the seas and making a sort of better leeways for the future. So the disruption, the better future has always been done by the sort of brave trailblazers, the pioneers, just like you or we here. So I'm absolutely thrilled to have this opportunity to work with Staria and all of you and sort of in our everyday life to make future and world a better place to live. And last but not least, when you're looking at the picture of our strange unicorn, obviously, that represents our growth customers, but it actually also represents us. Just like sort of Michelangelo when he drew or painted a picture of Mona Lisa, lately it's been said that probably he painted himself. So we at Staria, we want to walk the talk, and basically we consider ourselves to be living and eating our own dog food every day. We are growing continuously, and the only way how we can grow is truly to help our customers on their growth journeys. But we are in the messy middle ourselves, and you will hear a number of sort of new sort of features in our products, in our offering today. We've just expanded to the UK, and our growth journey continues. So basically, every day when we work inside Staria, every day we work with our beloved customers, we learn about the growth, we learn about the future, and that's how we can make better future for all of us. So I think I've taken most of my 11 minutes, Robin, is that correct? But that was just to set the scene why I'm so excited to be here. But now Robin will actually tell what happens today. I'm all excited. So Robin, please.